going on, guys? Today I have another Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire OU Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a battle against Void, and today I'm using Megalopunny. I'm getting some more Monsoon, I know. But Megalopunny is quickly becoming one of my favorite Megas, although I didn't really think too much of it when it first came out. I was honestly thinking, Lopunny's not going to be a threat. It's nothing to worry about. It's going to UU or below, and we're never going to see it in OU. But this thing is a monster. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Ferrothorn. This is a little bit of a longer battle. My roommate's out right now, so I'm going to try and finish it before he gets back. So pray for me. Please, let's do it. If he comes in, I'm going to keep going unless he makes a shit ton of noise, then I'll stop and restart. But we shall try. He's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and go straight for the Heat Wave. Now, I thought that I might have a chance to live, considering this is level 100 and you don't do as much damage when you're at level 100. And Ferrothorn's kind of bulky in the special defensive department, so I thought I might live, but I died. So that's obviously not going to be a thing. I'm going to go out to my Megalopunny. He's going to switch out. I am going to go ahead and Mega Evolve as he switches in his Uxie. This thing is a threat. The Uxie is a monster. I do not like this thing. It's way too fat. Watch how much this Fake Out does nothing to this man. Absolute zero damage to this man. So I do go for the Fake Out, just in case he wanted to stay in or whatever. And look at that. It did like 10%. If that. That's disgusting. And after leftovers, it's even less. It's like 5%. So I'm going to switch out. I obviously cannot do anything to this thing. And if I stay in and go for return, I'm not going to be able to kill it. And then, you know, he can kill me with a Psychic or something. So I'm going to go out on my Heatran. And I was not predicting the Toxic. I'll tell you that right now. I was not predicting that. I switched out because I thought he was going to Psychic me or something. But it worked out. So I'm out in my Heatran. I'm in my Heatran. It's a vehicle now. I'm in it. He's gonna go out into Tentai, which is a Tentacruel. A great name, by the way. Mine is named Hentai, but Tentai is kind of cooler because it's cooler because, you know, it's a Tentacruel. But he's gonna go for the Toxic Spikes. I don't care about the Toxic Spikes because I do have a Zapdos with Defog, so it's not a problem because my Zapdos doesn't even have to touch the ground to Defog, which is cool. He's gonna go ahead and go ahead. He's going to go ahead and go for his second layer of Toxic Spikes. I'm going to go for another Lava Plume. I'm praying for a burn, and I do get it, which is great for me because residual damage is residual damage. And Tentacruel being one of the only being one of the few Pokemon that's very bulky and is a poison type, so you can't Toxic it, which is very, very annoying. So I'm going to go out on my Zapdos now. The reason being, although I did get my rocks up, he's going to Rapid Spin them away anyway, so I am going to have to go for the Defog unless I want all of my Mons to be poisoned, except for the ones that do have Levitate and or are a flying type or part flying type. But it's perfect because Zapdos not only has Defog, but I also have Discharge. So after, you know, if he were to stay in, after I would get off my Defog, I could stay in and go for Discharge or something like that. But he's going to go out into D-Battery. I don't know if he was expecting me to go for an Electric type attack or not, but I am just going to go straight for the Defog. I knew that he did have this thing, and I know that it does get Motor Drive, although Motor Drive is kind of a useless ability at this point. He's going to go for Fire Punch. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he thought I would switch. I don't know. But I'm just going to stay in and go for the Heat Wave, because that's my best option. Although he probably carries Wild Charge and or... does that thing get Wild Charge? I think it does. But if he, you know, whatever, if he wanted to do that, then I could eat it up because I'm a Zapdos. But he's going to go back out into this Tentacruel, which is fine. I am just going to go for another Heat Wave, because if he were to stay in and me go for Discharge or whatever, then that's a problem. And this is the weird thing. This thing is actually Citrus Berry. Now, I don't know if that's to help deal with Ferrothorns. He's probably Liquid Ooze. And you probably will see quite a few Tentacruels because Ferrothorn is everywhere lately. Even I'm using one, if that tells you anything. It's just too good. It walls a lot of things, and it, you know, it can set up Stealth Rocks without taking too much damage on anything. So it's a very good Pokemon. Personally, I fucking hate the thing. Even when I use it, I hate it. It just feels, I don't know. It's not like the way I like to play Pokemon. I like to play Pokemon very fast-paced, very hyper-offensively if I can. But with this meta that we currently have right now, it's kind of hard to do that. You pretty much have to have some kind of wall unless you want to get swept by your opponent, because your opponent can wall whatever you have, and then once they've taken out all the threats, then they can send out their threat, and then you're kind of screwed at that point. So that's kind of where we're at in the meta right now. It's really unfortunate because I don't really like to play like this. It's not, I don't know, it's not my play style, but you know, you got to adapt. You got to do what you have to do to win. And if, you know, I have to run some bulkier mons to win, then I'm going to, because Nobody likes losing, and that's never a fun thing. But I'm going to go back out into my Zapdos. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those Toxic Spikes again, as he is going to spin away my rocks, which is fine with me. Rapid Spin, you know, it's not going to be doing too much damage. Get some health back with the leftovers, and he's pretty much dead after the burn damage, which is great for me, because I don't have to deal with that Tentacruel anymore. He is going to outspeed. He's going to be able to get another Toxic Spikes off, but that's fine. I still do have Defog, so I am going to be able to Defog away just about whatever, but I'm actually going to go for Roost here, just to get some of my health back. I wasn't sure what he wanted to do, but he is going to die this turn anyway. So, I'm at full HP. His Tentacruel is dead. No more Toxic Spikes for him, and all I have to do is get rid of them with the Defog. He's going to go out to Cynthia now, which is his Garchomp. Regardless of what this thing is, I know that I can live a Stone Edge. I know I can live an Outrage, whatever. So I am going to be able to get another Defog off, which is great, because I don't have to deal with the toxic damage anymore. So the Defog is there. Of course, it's going to lower his evasiveness, but that doesn't matter. He's going to go for Stone Edge again, which is unfortunate because I don't outspeed, and it's not going to allow me to get another Roost off, so he is going to be able to take me out with that. That's fine. Zapdos did what it needed to do. Got rid of the Toxic Spikes and walled a couple of things until they died, so that's great. I'm going to go out into Adios, which is my Latios. Nice. Nice. This thing is so strong in OU. It's ridiculous. You can run Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, whatever. I do get a crit here, so Jirachi is pretty much useless at this point. He is the Scarf variant, so I do have to be careful because it is going to outspeed all of my Pokemon, but it's not a problem. So I'm going to switch out. I definitely don't want to take, an Iron Head or whatever. I'm going to go out into my Heatran, and he does, in fact, reveal the Iron Head, and that pretty much, I would say 90% guarantees that he is a Scarf variant. At this point in the battle, I did not know, but him revealing Iron Head right off the bat pretty much guarantees that he is the Choice Scarf variant. He's going to go back out into Cynthia, which is fine. I'm not really too worried about this thing. I do have my Latios still fully intact, so I'm going to go ahead and get my Stealth Rocks up. I don't have an Air Balloon. I'm actually leftovers Heatran, but I'm actually going to stay in here. I'm going to stay in. No, just kidding. I switched out. Going out to my Latios. Have a feeling that he would go for Earthquake, and he does indeed reveal the Earthquake on that turn. He's obviously Life Orbed, as you saw when he went for Stone Edge, but that's okay. Latios outspeeds it, and he's not Choice Scarf, so nothing really to worry about with my Latios. As long as I don't get predicted on the switch, I'll be okay. I am going to go ahead and go for Draco Meteor. Regardless of what he sends in, something is going to die. His Jirachi's low enough to where it's easily going to kill. This thing's already dead, and I can't remember what else he has left on his team, but regardless of what it is, it's going to be taking a lot of damage from the Draco Meteor. He's going to go out into the Jirachi again. This thing is Scarfed, and this is where I was like, okay, he sent it in twice on my Latios, so I do, I'm pretty sure that he was the Scarfed variant. He got to my Heatran again. He does go for the Iron Head once again, which is fine. Heatran can eat it up, and then I'm going to get most of it back with leftovers anyway, so it's not even too big of an issue switching in on that. He's going to switch out. There's no need for him to stay in and keep going for Iron Head and then just die to a Lava Plume. He's going out into the Garchomp, which is fine by me. I have a chance of getting a burn here, and we already know that he is Life Orbed and not Lumberry, so that's perfect for me. And as you see, I do get the burn, which is, again, helpful. Got the burn with the Heat Wave and the burn with the Lava Plume. Everything. Somebody's going to have to toss this man a burn heal. Or get Kelso up in here just to yell, burn! I'm going to go for Protect just to see what he wants to do. Don't know if he wants to Declaw, don't know if he wants to Earthquake, and he did go for Dragon Claw, predicting my Latios to come in. And that is why I have Protect on my Heatran. Not only to kind of saw things out, but to also scout. Now, I wasn't sure what he wanted to do here, so I ended up staying in. Losing Heatran is a lot better than losing my Latios, because I do need my Latios to take care of this thing. Now, I do have Lopunny in the back, but with his Uxie still pretty much all the way intact in the back, I can't be dealing with the thing. I'm going to go out into my Zoom Roll here. Go for Aqua Jet, get rid of that Garchomp. Yeah, I'm going to be taking rough skin damage, but it's not very much. So, Garchomp's gone. He's going to go out to Memories, which is this thing. I totally forgot that he even still had this thing. But this thing is a threat. I'm going to stay in, and I'm actually going to go for Waterfall. He goes for the Hurricane, which is obviously going to hit because he does have no guard. But unfortunately for me, he gets the confusion along with it, and I am going to be hitting myself, which is, you know, it's one of those things. If you stay in when you're confused, although, you know, on the first turn I got confused. It was after I clicked my move. You're taking a risk. It's a 50-50 shot of breaking through the confusion. So use your head. If you don't think you can, if you can't risk it, then switch out and let something else die. But if you can risk it, or if you know you don't necessarily need that Pokemon, it's going to be okay. So I'm going to go out to my Lopunny. I go for the Fake Out as he does go for the Protect, which is even better because it is going to allow me to go for a high jump kick and not have to worry about him protecting and me losing half my health because he already used Protect. Well, you know, there's a 50-50 chance that he would get another Protect if he decided to go for it for whatever reason, but that's okay. But all I have left at this point is my Lopunny and my Latios. I am going to go for the Return, and as you can see, if I would have done that first turn, I would have been Toxic easily, or hit with Psychic regardless. I don't know what he wanted to do. Oh yeah, he went for Toxic. But the thing is way too fat. He's obviously defensive. He is going to be able to get a Toxic off, which is a little unfortunate for me because, you know, I'm going to be taking that residual damage each and every turn, and it's only going to get worse with every turn. But his Uxie is almost dead, and I believe the only thing he has left after that is his Jirachi. So right now we're just kind of playing the waiting game until I can kill this thing. I'm just going to keep going for a return. It's the strongest move that I have that isn't resisted by him, and he does indeed go for the Psychic here. I am going to live because he's obviously invested in HP and defense, and I don't know, I guess he could be modest, but regardless, that's not going to help him out too much. So I am going to be able to live that and get off one more return before I die. Actually, I switch out here. And the reason I switched out, I totally forgot. The reason I switched out is because he has that Jirachi in the back, and if I switch my Latios in, it can eat up whatever this Uxie wants to do. I can kill this thing with my Latios, and then regardless of what his Jirachi can do to my Latios, I still have a Fake Out in the back. I wanted to preserve my one priority that I have left on my team that's not dead for his Jirachi. Now I go ahead and go for Draco Meteor. There wasn't a real reason I needed to, but I didn't want him to live a Surf. Psyshock probably would not have killed as he is defensive, and HP Fire probably would have done nothing. He's going to go out into Jirachi. He's going to go for Iron Head, which is fine by me. He doesn't have Ice Punch, and if he does, he didn't go for it. All he's done with his Jirachi this entire game is go for Iron Head, so who knows what else he has on that. I'm going to go for another Draco Meteor, and although it's resisted, he doesn't have enough health to live a Choice Specs Draco Meteor, even at -2. Technically -1 with Choice Specs. But hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. Leave a comment what you guys think of these videos, and some UU stuff is coming. I made a UU team. I'm still kind of playing around with it. I don't want to just toss Pokemon at my Jenner, have him make it, and then me end up not wanting it or needing to change the EV spread. So it's coming later this week, so keep your eye out for that. But yeah, I don't know. College is cool, I guess. There's no food anywhere after like 11:30. After that, everything shuts down, and the surrounding area isn't the greatest, so I'm not willing to wander off campus, and I don't have my car here. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you back again tomorrow. Peace out, guys.